Hello, hello, my fellow survivors. How are you guys doing today? I am doing good. Me and my boys, we're back outside. We're gonna take a walk today. Usually, I like to do my videos when like on an outside setting because I don't know. I just been really enjoying nature lately, so that's where I'm gonna be. But today's video is going to be another emotional one because I wanted to share this story the best way I can on my final discard story, and a little bit about when I was pregnant with my baby girl, my first daughter, how hard it was, and how my ex-husband put me through hell in that pregnancy. So much stuff went on in that pregnancy. I feel like I needed to share the story because I just feel like I want to share it, you know, because maybe it can help somebody that has been through something so hurtful and dramatic. But I'm going to share what happened. I'm going to share also some like things that I figured out, just, you know, my own discernment, things that I feel like may have went wrong, that caused him to do all that. And I'm just being pretty much, I'm just accepting my reality and accepting the fact that I did not know who he was from the beginning, and that he was hiding who he really was to me. And even though it's very, very hurtful to know that about somebody that you cared about so much and that you put a lot of yourself to, pretty much I was just blindsided. But yeah, I'm gonna share my final discard story and when I was pregnant with my baby. And if you want to hear about this mess, then stay tuned. It's warm out here today, but where am I gonna start with this story? Well, I became pregnant with his first baby. She's, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. She's such a good girl. He's missing out. He's lost. But anyways, she's so beautiful. But yeah, I became pregnant with his baby girl, and it was normal. I mean, it was very, I'm always depressed in my pregnancies, honestly, because I'm never really in a good headspace. It's because like toxicity in the house, and just, we've always had issues, you know. We were never really able to elevate as far as like, you know, where we should, as far as just being in harmony in our relationship. You know, we'll have good days when we're getting along, and then but it was like the bad outweighs the good, you know, unfortunately. That's how it is. Before I finish with the story, y'all like my shirt? I don't care about your opinion. So anybody that's watching this video that feels like I shouldn't be sharing this and don't want to hear me talk, I think I should shut the hell up. I don't care about your opinion. It looks backwards here, but you know, I just thought I'd say that. But anyways, yeah, it was very, very hard. I was mentally drained. I had 2 babies. My husband, he helped out. He didn't really help out with the kids. You know, he liked to tell people he did, but he didn't really help out with the kids. So it was very hard in that pregnancy. And very, very hard pregnancy. But I'm going to we're gonna just like fast forward to when I was like around maybe 7 months pregnant. How can I start this? Let me start with the plans that we made as a family that I thought that we really wanted to do. Yeah, let me start there. So we planned to move to Tennessee we've been planning this move for a good, I'll say a good 2 years. And I felt like we were really excited about it. We did research together. We even had realtors looking for us. We had, you know, friends in that area looking for places for us. We actually found the place. We ended up not being able to take it because it really wasn't like up to par with what we wanted, but we did get approved for a place. So it was looking promising for us. So we definitely were going to go to Tennessee. He said he wanted a place for his kids to play. He wanted us to grow as a family. I would hear him telling people, you know, this is like, he felt like this would be best for his family that he ended up throwing away. Anyways, but yeah, that's what he was telling everybody, and that's what I thought, that's what the kids thought, that's what you know, I thought that was going to happen for us. But that all changed when he took a trip to Tijuana, Mexico. Once he got out there, I don't know what happened out there. I don't know what tempted him out there. But when he took that trip when I was due, I was 9 months pregnant when he decided to go out there. At the time, we didn't know that I was going to be overdue, but I was. And I didn't want him to go because I wanted him to be with me when I had the baby. But he decided to go to Tijuana with his friend and leave me home 9 months pregnant. And then me being the, you know, the godly wife, I wasn't supposed to complain. You know, I wasn't supposed to have no care in the world. Just bye, see you when you get back. But it did hurt me. It did. It did hurt me that he would rather go do whatever the hell he was doing in Tijuana, Mexico than be with his pregnant wife as she was preparing for labor. And I was actually supposed to go into labor, but he still decided to take the risk and leave me home alone with 2 kids. And I don't know what happened out there, but something had to happen for you to come back and I don't know. I don't know what happened, but something is telling me that there was a lady out there that caught his eye. He denies it, but only a lady could get a man to act a fool like that. But anyways, once he got home, Tennessee what? Tennessee who? He acted like he didn't even know Tennessee existed. He said he's taking his ass to Mexico. So yeah, I didn't want to go. But when I was expressing to him that you know, what about our plans to Tennessee? You know, what about the plans we've been making as a family? No, sir. Well, no, ma'am. He didn't give 3 shits about the plans that he made with his family. He said he's taking his ass to Mexico. But yeah, you know, so he didn't really care about the plans that we made to Tennessee anymore. He decided where he wanted to go, and that's, you know, at first I did not want it. I told him, you know, what about our plans? You know, what about the road trip that we planned? What about, you know, we had our 4-year-old walking around saying, Tennessee, Tennessee. Like, you know, what about, in my head, I'm still thinking that my husband has some kind of like family man in him, but the family man I think was gone, especially when he went to Tijuana with his friend. Friend is a word that you should not just throw in the air. Brother, my brother, that's not a word that you should just throw in the air. I feel like if you're gonna call somebody your brother, your friend, they should care about you. They should care about your family. They should care about, you know. Yeah, so we started looking for houses, and I was when I was 41 weeks, I was overdue. My baby, she just, I think maybe because all the damn stress that was going on in my life, she was like, hell no, girl, I ain't coming out. I would have stayed right in the belly. I am not trying to enter this chaotic ass fucking family. That's probably how she was feeling, but she would not come. So yeah, I was 41 weeks pregnant, and that's when he decided he wanted to take me to Mexico to look for houses. I told him I didn't want to go. He was like, you're going. Oh, you're gonna go. So I went. 41 weeks pregnant, huge, tired, should be at home with my feet up, and I was walking up and down numerous houses in Mexico. Come sit down. Why did you do that, Marty? Come sit down, baby. Yeah, just thinking about the stress that I was under. And another thing is I wanted to have my baby natural. I wanted to have her natural because I've had 2 previous C-sections. I wanted to at least try to have it be back. And I had a doula. I had somebody that was on board to help me. You know, we had things planned, but it didn't work out because it was so much stress and turmoil in my life that she ended up not even really being comfortable supporting me because there was so much shit going on. And my husband was so focused on moving to Mexico and not his pregnant wife that is trying to have a VBAC. It was just like she just ended up backing out, and I don't blame her. I mean, there was too much shit going on. The Lord was with me, and he allowed me to have my baby in the States. So, you know, I ended up having her And I was still waiting to see if she would come. She would come, but she wouldn't come. So I just said, you know what, I'm going to have a C-section. Oh my God. I was like, let me just have a C-section, because it was so much, he was so worried about Mexico. And I was like, you know what? I need to just hurry up and have this baby so that I can start worrying about Mexico, because the stress that he had me under, oh my God, I don't think I've ever felt that much stress in my life. Like, all I wanted to do was just see if my baby would come and worried about my baby and worried about, but I had to worry about moving to another freaking country. So I just said, you know what? I'm gonna just go get the C-section. I got the C-section at 42 weeks and 1 day. She would not come. If I wasn't under so much stress, with the whole damn Mexico thing, I probably would have just waited to see if she would come, but I was under so much pressure. I just wanted her with me. I just wanted my baby with me. I couldn't take it anymore. It was the most stressful thing ever. And I felt so bad that I couldn't just focus on that. I had to worry about this stupid Mexico trip. And I didn't even have like my partner on my side. He was there for the pregnancy. I will say he has been there for all my C-sections. They're holding my hand. He was there for that. But it was just the drama that was surrounding it. It was just very, very fucking careless. Very, very, very fucking selfish. He didn't have no care in the world for me. Not one care in the world for me. It was crazy. So, and another thing, this is actually embarrassing. This part is embarrassing, but once I had the baby, I didn't even really fully get to heal from her. I was in so much pain. Oh God, I was in so much pain. I still had to like pack the house on Norcos. I think it's Norcos. You know, that strong ass freaking medication that they give you when you're healing from a C-section, because that's a major surgery. It's a huge cut. I didn't really get to heal from that. We ended up going out there. I was still bleeding. I wasn't even supposed to travel, but I sacrificed and traveled. Yeah, but it was very, very hurtful, very hurtful. But yeah, we ended up going out there. But I said all that to say this. Once I took my ass out there, I ended up getting discarded and back in the States on a plane. Back home, I did all of that shit for nothing. I went through all that shit for nothing. So, you know, my husband, my ex-husband, if he would hear this now, he would say, oh, it's because the way you were acting and because you are disobedient. He has the nerve to use that word, disobedient. And you were a whole bunch of stupid shit. Yes, me and my husband were arguing. It's because my husband was gone. Once we got out to where we were at, he was gone. He was no longer mine. I believe that the person that he met, he was already dealing with that person. And, but I didn't know. Everything was happening behind my back. I had my baby. I was at home with these kids. He was working and stuff. I had my baby. I was at home with these kids all day. We didn't have any furniture because that's another thing. We threw everything away. Threw our couch, our TV, just our whole life. We threw it away. All of my clothes, like I got to keep like a couple of clothes, but most of like things that I actually enjoyed, threw everything away. All of my kids' homeschool books. My kids, I had a bunch of books and I really don't want to cry. Okay. That part does get me emotional when I think about the foundation that we had, at least for our children. I have been homeless lately. Me and my kids have been really pillow to post. And you know, it's sad, but I'm not gonna let it break me because there is a God. And I know that I've done nothing to that man. If I cheated on that man, if I just was out to get him and just had evil intentions in my heart, I wouldn't be able to sit up here and tell you the story and still feel a sense of peace. I would know that I was getting what I deserve. But I know that I'm not getting what I deserve, and I don't deserve this because I've been nothing but good to that man. Yes, we had our arguments. Yes, you know, I didn't just shut up when he was putting me through all types of hell. Just hell, you know. I know that my intentions with him was good, and all I wanted was the best for our family. But yeah, he left me out in the cold. He really did. You know, he did. He left me out in the cold, you know. But like I said, I have faith, and I know that God will get that. Me and my children will be okay, and that we have our angels watching over us, and nobody can tell me different. Nobody can tell me different. And I know that I deserve better, because I know who I am, and I know the type of person that I am. And I would never do this to anybody. You know, yeah. But yeah, so we threw our whole life away. Once we got out to where we went, our home, it was a really nice home. That's one thing I will say. The house is beautiful. It was nice. Nobody has ever lived there. We were the first ones to live there. It was our kids were supposed to have their own room. Like, you know, so when I think about our children and that they're going through this with me, that they don't no longer have their foundation either, their home, their stability, that does make me sad. That he didn't even think about that. That there's no argument in the world that should cause all of this, you know. So I would never, nobody can ever convince me that an argument is the reason that he decided that his family should just be out here like this, you know. I mean, I have, you know, I'm not gonna say I live on the street, but we have been like back and forth, like, you know, family helping me. But that's gonna change soon. That will change soon. Sure, pretty much. You know, that's like in a nutshell. I wasn't treated the best when I was pregnant, and then I moved across the country, healing from a C-section. Did all that to just end up back in America, homeless. You know, and like I said, if he was to come to me right now and apologize, I would accept his apology, because that's just who I am. But one thing I wouldn't do is I would not accept him back in my life. Can no piece of paper make me believe that I have to deal with that. I don't want that in my life. I'm going to move on, and you know, whatever is meant for me is what's going to happen. I'm not going to be out here feeling like I don't deserve love again. That's not going to happen. So, oh well. And I am, right now I'm going to be focusing on me and my children and our stability, and getting myself together. And getting myself together physically, taking my walks, you know, healing myself, because I know God has something good coming for me, because in my heart I feel like that's what I deserve. I deserve to be loved. I deserve to be treated better than this. So if you're, for any woman that's out there going through shit and hell, you don't have to accept abuse. God does not want you to accept abuse. He does not want. He will pull you out of that situation, and you will find that person who's going to respect you. But till then, while life takes its course, always remember to just breathe.